I need to get used to looking in the lens. I also talk very lightly. This is my list of billion disclaimers before I begin this journey. Today is August 24, 2020. In October, 2 months from now, I'm turning 23. I think I'm realizing that the only thing that is constantly fleeing is time. I just keep looking at myself these days and I'm like, Virginia, why aren't you putting anything out there? What is going on? Are you okay? What do you want to do? As I'm growing older, I'm reading all these psychological tropes and learning more about my personality and why it is the way that it is. My personality is such a funky mix of a billion things. I think that's why it's so hard to even tell where I'm at. Sounds kind of funky, but since I was young, I've liked to vlog since I was a little kid. I think I'm just thinking of what I've been like and what I want to do. I've been really wanting to figure it out. I'm just at such a center point of my life. I have so many passing feelings and it's so hard for me to express them. I never really started a YouTube channel before. I used to upload some old vlogs when I was in college and high school. I used to love to edit little couple-minute clips and many travel vlogs that don't get to see the light of day because of copyrighted music. I really have been finding solace in being alone. I feel like my creativity has been it's kind of limited. I feel limited in a lot of ways because I limit myself. I feel like I don't know enough. Essentially, I've waited my whole life for a time where I have no commitments to anything so that I could freely spend my days doing what I want to do. I live with my family now. I just moved back from college. I graduated last year in May of 2019, degree in anthropology and sociology with a minor in gender studies. I've been in school for 16 years straight from the age of 4 until 21. And then I finished high school. I graduated at 17, finished college at age 21. I'm 22 now. I've just been so wound up for so many years as I've been growing. I just know I'm beating myself up way too much. Every time I talk to a friend of mine, they just keep saying I put too much pressure on myself. And I would tell people that but ideally, I would like to hang out and talk. But I think the best case would be to talk and sit with me and really catch up. It would be like to sit with me in one place, like on top of a trampoline for like 10 hours. I think like 10 hours would be pretty good. I know time is changing. This is the thing. I know time is constantly changing. So I never want to say things are still. And I never want to say that it's the same thing every day. But I know that I'm always going to remember this time. I'll just give you a little update on my situation. Right now I'm in the car. I'm waiting for my brother to get out of the hospital. We just are dropping my mom off this morning because she's getting a knee replacement. She has been long awaiting this surgery. She feels a lot of pain in her left knee. She has osteoarthritis. I feel like I'm really trying to not beat myself up anymore. I think I'm definitely not all the way at ideally where I would like to be with completely every moment being accepting of myself. But I know that it's one moment at a time. And I think that it'll be good to see my progress. Because today I might not feel great, but maybe in 6 months or in a year I might feel a little different, or I might feel a little better or worse. You never know. Probably both. And that's the hard part about being with yourself all the time. But I kind of really love myself. I really love who I am on the inside. I've just been really finding solace in that phrase where you have 3 faces. One that the world knows you as, one that your friends and close family know you as, and one that you never show anybody else. It's who your truest self is. This last year, I really just dropped off the face of the earth, or just from the grid, because I wasn't very comfortable with my voice at that time. I wanted to recenter what I was about and why I was doing what I was doing. And I was very lucky to have that time. I'm really privileged to have my parents and just a space that I could exist in. I just find really a lot of comfort in talking, even to a camera. I've done it since I was young. I've always loved the camera. And I use the camera now. And I think I'm just in a lot of phases of accepting myself. I could literally podcast for 50 million years, but my brother's coming in the back. But essentially, I want to work on those faces aligning. I feel like my face to the outside world has dropped. The people around me, I'm not very happy all the time because I'm not content with my other faces. I feel like my face fell off the face of the earth and I'm not connected with my own self. So I'm trying to align those, and you're gonna follow me. Hello. The hardest part is hello. I keep saying that I'm most awkward when I say hello. It's because I'm so bad at approaching. I just get shy in the very beginning. We are back in my room. We're back home from the hospital, and I was kind of on these little tangents, and I wanted to continue my talk with you. I have been wanting to actually make a YouTube channel for a while, and it's been really hard for me to accept that I want to do this. And that's part of my personality. And I think that part of challenging myself is expressing and analyzing these parts of myself that I am still figuring out. And I think it's good to share it with you because it's nice not to feel alone. It could probably help a lot of other people who feel really alone. So I think it might be kind of good to talk about it on camera. I always tell people, I said, even if I'm not a busy person, but even when I'm not busy, I'm busy. As in, I always have something that I would be fine doing, or have something that I need to be doing, like a responsibility that I should have been doing or had done already. There's no like moment of rest. I just noticed these themes throughout being a child to a teenager to being a college student, and now I'm just getting started, so be kind to me, please. If you don't know who I am, I want to introduce myself. My name is Regina Valencia. Regina Loren Valencia. My birthday is October 15th, 1997, so that means I'm turning 23 this coming October. And I'm very nervous because I know I'm very young, and I put a lot of pressure on myself, as I've said earlier. Being raised with older people, I expect a lot from myself, and I think that these are the psyches that I need to analyze and talk through, because if you know me, you know how I talk, and you know how I would present myself and my energy when you would interact with me. And I feel like one of the biggest things, since I've kind of not stopped seeing so many of my friends on a daily basis since moving back, being with someone is what I miss a lot. And I feel like a big aspect of knowing me, or if you knew Regina Valencia, I feel like you would know more about my presence. I could bring skill to the table, but I feel like my brother and sister they bring so much value with what they hold, like they have skill. Me, I feel like my value is being present and kind of just interacting and sharing, and just like sharing the energy. If you've been wondering what's been going on with me, I don't know how many people would tune into this, but I really hope that this becomes something that I could really share and keep. I don't want to overthink things as much. I'm at just a very specific point in my life where I'm learning a lot about myself, what I like, what I don't, what I can do, what I don't like to do. And it's really fun to know myself in a way. It sounds silly, but I actually really enjoy spending time with myself. And as much as I could hate this hoe for stepping in my own way, I think it'll be really fascinating to go through my life with this mindset and to see the world through that, and kind of see other things but translate it into my life, knowing that it's different, but understanding it and being delighted by things that are different. It's disclaimers and my gibberish and my fast talking, but I'm just very much in my conversation or whatever I'm thinking about. So yes, while you get to know me on this YouTube channel, you're gonna learn a lot of very small things about me and how I function. You see the little things about me, you'll go, oh, very obscure, odd habits, but hella real, and I'm just being honest. These are the things I do. One thing is I blow my nose hella loud. I have some nose and nasal problems, and I used to be embarrassed in class because I'd blow my nose so loud I'd want to step outside. This objective of my channel, in a way, I think I had a really, really hard time. I had a really hard time like thinking of the concept or the idea or what's my incentive. I feel like it would be fun to keep a record of this time, because what I know is I could go on for another 10 years living the same day every day, doing the same thing, living the same day, being around the same thing, and not growing and just waiting. And I know that I could wait forever. I know that I could wait for myself forever. But I know, just like in a quote of my Amy Poehler book, she said, great people do things before they are ready. And right now I'm ready. I'm not necessarily ready to be filming every day, and I'm not adjusted to the habits, but I want to start showing up for myself. My nose is so stuffy. Okay, let's go through this, but maybe it'll be fun to see. Right now I'm just at my house. I live with my mother and my father and my brother. I love my mom. We're really close. I love my dad. Him and I are very kindred souls. My brother and I, we hang out a lot. And my sister and I, we get along really well. So you'll see my Uncle Ding. I love him so much. He also helped raise me. My sister has her husband and my brother-in-law. And so that's my family right now. Oh, come here. So this is a very special time, and these dogs help remind me that time is precious. You need to be present, because I have had these dogs. This is Hermione. I've had her for 9 years. I was gone from her life for 4 years because I was away at college. I wasn't living here, and they're my dogs, so I feel sad that I wasn't there for them. So now I'm just really appreciating these days, being back, being in my house. I face the challenges of course, being home, different challenges of being around people, but it's a give and take. So I'm just at square one right now. I get mad at myself for being 22 and not having figured it out. One of the biggest hard parts about me is being satisfied choosing something that I feel like I'll be happy in. And I'll tell you, it's just very hard. I think that a lot of the identities of my personality really reflect a lot on the troubles that I have. But I think part of this channel is that whatever it is that I'm surrounded with, it's not ever gonna be like this again. I describe it really weird. I have these weird concepts in my head, but it's like the idea of if you're with someone, say you're dating someone, and you've seen them every day, or you're really good friends with someone, you've seen them every day for like 5 years, right? Imagine that every day they look relatively the same. They could wear the same clothes again over and over, but they look different each day, just slightly. And that's the beautiful part about it. It'll just be different. Time will be different. I'll have pieces of paper up on my wall today that I probably won't have up in 5 months or even a month or a week. You never know. To me, it's always been really important to document and record these things. Like I've just always had a problem being present. I'm always thinking of the next thing that I'm supposed to be doing. Those are big problems that I had when I was young. But now I kind of wanted to take my time. I just graduated last May, 21. I moved back home. My sister getting married. Today my mom is getting knee surgery. I feel like I also feel really grateful that these life moments happened a while ago before this lockdown on coronavirus. It's been a really hard time in the world in general. It's just been hard, and so I'm just thinking back to all those threshold moments of my life. And I don't know about anybody else, but to me, I feel like I just never really had no knowings of any plan after this. You know, this was like a part that I wanted to get to in our lives. And now it's up to me to do what I want to do and support myself, how I'm going to support myself. It just makes me sad to see myself hermit myself. I think it's just good to reconnect And if I can't connect with people all the time, if I can't see the friends that I love so dearly on a regular basis, or see them even near me because we live far, or just regularly, I feel like this would be a good way to kind of just share how I'm doing. And if people find comfort in that or just miss it, then I would be happy for people to see how I was doing.